Welcome to episode 2 of continuing series I am in the middle of. Before we get started, I do want to update y'all with how many series I truly am in the middle of. Last episode, we started at 13 and went to 12, and today we have 14. So yes, we did go up, but that was bound to happen. I'm okay with it, as long as we're still making progress. Since our last episode, I caught up with the Belladonna series because I read Wisteria, and then I started 2 more, Stalking Jack the Ripper and Heartstopper. Oh, and then I totally forgot a series that I was in the middle of since the first episode. It's the Spoons Organ series by Tara DeWitt. The first book is Savor It, and I really did love that. So there you have it. I'm in the middle of 14 series, and I actually do know what book we're starting off with today. And it is a series I have been putting off for quite some time. It is indeed the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. I have not picked up a book since 2023, I think, and I just read the first 2, Addicted to You and Ricochet. So that means the next book I have is Addicted After All. I'm going to quickly introduce this. I don't know what other books I will be getting up to in this video, but you'll just have to stick around and see. Now, this series is wildly out of my comfort zone. That's why I haven't picked it up in a while. But the people who love it would like die for it. It's like the same kind of fan base of Boys of Tommen and the Magnolia Park series, which are series that I love so much. So in my head, I just need to push through and give it another shot. I am thinking that this couple won't be my favorite, but maybe the other couples throughout the series will be. This is book 3 of Lily and Lo's story. She is addicted to sex and he is an alcoholic. And these books are much more character-based, similar to the ones I've already listed, like less of a plot and more just about the characters. We're seeing these 2 live their lives, trying not to give in to these temptations. Yes, I have forgotten a lot, but I also believe they're both rich, like they both come from rich families. And maybe it's set in New York, I think? Anyways, this is the thickest book I've read from this series. It is over 500 pages, so let's stop talking and get reading. Alright, it is the same day but later, and I have made it to the 100-page mark of this book, which I am surprised by, but that is something that I do enjoy with these books, that they are easier and faster to read than others. However, nothing has happened in those 100 pages. Like I said, these are character-driven stories, and I usually like that. But it's because I usually like the characters, and in this case, I do not feel attached to them. So I'm honestly just straight up bored, but I am going to continue on and hopefully things get more interesting.
Is that your first sip?
Yes.
That's cold.
No?
Yes, sir.
Holy peppermint.
I want to try.
Holy shit.
Oh
my god.
Oh my god.
It's like coating your mouth
That's like
with peppermint.
That's like peppermint gum soup.
We're looking for 36 grams in 30 seconds. You all are looking at a wild Friday night here. And I'm being sarcastic, but I'm also not, because I'm drinking a coffee at 7 p.m., which is very unlike me. I usually have an energy drink when my husband and I decide to stay up, but I didn't have a coffee this morning, and I was like, you know what, sounds good. So here we are. I of course have a brown sugar shaken espresso with pumpkin cream cold foam. I make that every single day. Like, I've been making it since the springtime, so.
It's so good too.
It is so good. As for an update with Addicted for Now, I am on page 192, which is 37% in. And I started this yesterday, so I'm really pleased with that. I'm just barely into part 2, and it's gotten a little more interesting since we last talked, but not anything crazy. I'm just gonna keep reading and see where this goes. My nails blue. Do y'all like? Okay, anyways, we are long overdue for an update. I feel like I have not chatted with y'all in so long, and so much has happened, so I'm just gonna give you an overview of where I'm at with these books, and then I'll go more into detail. But y'all saw me finish Addicted for Now, the first book finished in this video, and it may or may not have been good, and I may or may not have started the next book in the series, Kiss the Sky. And then in the most recent clip, I was listening to this on audio. It is The Red Scrolls of Magic by Cassandra Clare. It is a part of that huge Shadowhunter series. While I have this, I will just talk about this. I have been doing a lot of crafts for my sister's surprise baby shower, so I needed an audiobook to help me while like cutting things out and whatnot. And spoiler alert, I plan on filming a video solely for the Infernal Devices series. And I thought I was there, but I'm not. I needed to read this book according to the reading order that I'm following. So I'm really glad I checked on the reading order, because I totally would have skipped this. And I'm not gonna give you a synopsis because it would be so spoilery. And that's what I'm realizing with these continuing series I'm in the middle of videos, is that I can't give you a ton of details because I'm usually pretty far into the series, for instance here. But I will just say that this book follows one of my favorite side characters, who is a sassy warlock. And I really like them, and I'm excited to see more of them here as a main character. I'm listening to it on Libby. It is like a 10-hour audiobook, and I'm 71% through, so I only have around an hour and 45 minutes left. And then I did grab the physical book from my library, and this is how far I'm in, if you were wondering. I think that's all I have to say on this book. It's good so far. It's not anything outstanding, unlike the last book I read in this series, City of Glass. It's a fun time. I feel like they're trying to make it serious and whatnot, but it kind of does just feel like a novella filler type book. I don't know. I'm not taking anything too seriously for some reason. Now let's go back to the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. I think the last time we spoke on this book, I wasn't obsessed because I wasn't enjoying the characters, and I was honestly getting nervous for the series. But once we hit, I don't know, maybe the 75% mark, it was whenever our characters got back from their spring break trip, that's when like shit hit the fan, and it was really entertaining to read. A lot of drama was going on. So I very much enjoyed the last 25%. There was a really good reveal that I was waiting on, and I was quite pleased with it. I personally like my mystery or any sort of reveals to be like, oh my gosh, how did I not see that coming? So not something too in your face, but like, oh, that does make sense. That's my favorite, and that was done here. And then our main characters had a lot of growth in here, and I really liked the way the romance progressed. So yeah, I'm happy to report that I'm liking Lily and Lo so much more than I was at the beginning of this book. And then Kiss This Guy actually follows a different couple. I've personally heard about these couples for years and years, but just in case you haven't, I won't say who it follows. But I will say the front of this cover says rivals, lovers, gods. And that is fitting for these two characters. I really like their back and forth dynamic. From what we've seen about these characters, they are very smart, and they've even argued in French, and I eat that up. I don't know, something about that. It just feels like they're in their own little worlds and they just get each other, which honestly is the same as this book. It says best friends, lovers, and loners, and that is so true. This couple, Lily and Lo, I've told you all about them, but they are nerds in a different sort of way where they're just like dorky, and once again nobody understands them besides each other, and they just want to be alone. And yeah, I'm enjoying the series. Finally, I'm very happy I can say that, and I'm excited to read this. I picked this up on my Kindle, and I'm only like 2 chapters in, so I literally have no updates there yet. So yeah, those are the 3 books I will be reading in this video. I was not planning on continuing one series, so I hope that's fine with y'all. But yeah, I'm going to read some of this tonight, and then I'm gonna finish that audiobook on a drive I have tomorrow. Like I said, I'm throwing my sister this surprise baby shower, and that means we have a 5.5-hour road trip home tomorrow, so I will definitely be finishing that book. Actually, I don't want to leave y'all hanging on the decorations y'all saw me start, so I'll pop up a few pictures here if you were curious on the crafts I was making for this shower. Okay, now I promise I'm done yapping. Let's go read this for the rest of the night. Oh my god. Do y'all see that? Ah, that was so cool. I think I'm obsessed with this place. I'm gonna try and get that hummingbird on camera, but we'll see. I love this. Alright, hello. I don't think I filmed much when I was out of town, but alas, I'm back home with my books. And actually, I did film while at the bookstore out of town because I brought home some new books. Well, new to me books. Yes, I have a used book haul, and let's just dive into that first before we talk about the series I'm in the middle of. I need some joy before we dive into that topic, but the first book I grabbed was A Sorceress Comes to Call by T. Kingfisher. I have wanted to read this author for the longest time, and so when I saw this used at half price, I decided to pick it up. It says it is a dark reimagining of the Brothers Grimm's The Goose Girl. So yeah, it is a retelling, and I believe T. Kingfisher is a fantasy only author. I'm not sure, but I am super intrigued to see if she's an author I will enjoy. Ooh, next up is a Zodiac Academy book. I already own two, books 1 and books 3, and this is book 1, but told by another perspective. It says as told by the boys. Do I know who the boys are? No, because I haven't started the series yet. But I'm wanting to collect the indie versions of these books. I don't know why. I just think they're prettier and floppier and shinier. So yeah, I saw it used, decided to grab it. Next up is actually kind of relevant to this video because it is a part of a series I'm in the middle of. It is an imposter. Nope, it is an impossible imposter. It is by Deanna Raybourn, but it is a Veronica Speedwell mystery. I have read the first 2 books, the first one being A Curious Beginning, and I believe this is book 7 or something like that, but I'm so picky and selective that I want to collect these in hardcover, so when I saw it used, I picked it up. And then another book that is relevant to this video, it is The Red Scrolls of Magic. I read this book in this video, but was audiobooking it and using my library copy, so when I found one used, of course, I had to grab it. This isn't my favorite cover in the world, but you know what? I'll take what I can get. And lastly, the only contemporary fiction I got was The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I know everyone read this earlier in the year and gave it such high ratings, and I just didn't think I was gonna get around to it. But as a trend, I saw it used and I decided to pick it up. And I'm excited to know that I probably have a highly rated book just sitting on my TBR waiting for me whenever I get the chance. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. This is the last book I've got. Now let's move on to the actual update of this video. And I'm putting this off. I think I've been putting this update off because I'm soft DNFing a book, which isn't my favorite thing to do. And I'm not enjoying the series as much as I thought I would, and it is the Addicted Calloway Sisters series. I guess I should get it out. I'm talking about Kiss the Sky. I got up to chapter 5, which is 50 pages in, and I am just not enjoying the plot or the characters and the heavy topic of spice in all of these books so far. But yeah, there's really not much more to say on that. I would love if you've read these books and you can comment down below what your thoughts are, if it gets better. But also, it's okay for me to DNF a series. Even though I do have them all already, it's okay for me to decide that the series is not for me. So maybe also tell me that in the comments too. I thought I wanted to read these back to back, but maybe I just need a break. And when I'm tired of fantasy, I can turn to this and maybe I'll enjoy it better. But yeah, for now, I am putting this down. So because I didn't want to end this video with a DNF, I decided to pick up another book from another series, and that is The Geographer's Map to Romance. This is by India Holton. I believe the series is called like Love's Academic, and the first book is on display behind me and I really enjoyed it. If you've not heard me talk about India Holton's books before, I'm not gonna lie, they are kind of all the same. They're a bit repetitive, especially with her main characters and the formatting of the plot and everything. But I am enjoying this series way more than her other ones. I don't know what the other series is called. It's like The Dangerous Damsels or something like that. And the genre Miss Holton writes is historical romantasy. It's like very, very small slivers of fantasy. And it's just the goofiest book you'll ever read. It is just so unserious. And I mean, I like that, but I do think I'd prefer it to be a little more serious and maybe, you know, have a more complicated plot than it does. These books definitely tend to focus on the romance first, I would say. The back synopsis says, geography professors in a failed marriage of convenience inconveniently reconnect for an emergency mission in this swoony historical fantasy rom-com. And so those are a lot of buzzwords that I would usually gravitate for, but I'm telling y'all, this is just so goofy. I will say one thing I love about these books is the academia parts. Like, there's been a lot of academic jokes about them being professors and their students and just higher education in general, which I really enjoy. I also love following characters who are really passionate about a subject, which obviously they were in the last book. They were obsessed with birds. So of course this is for fans of Emily Wilde too. But yeah, I'm not loving this book, especially not compared to how I remember feeling with the first. I don't know, I am enjoying it, and I actually have another book to read for a book club I'm a part of. So I kind of desperately need to finish this tonight. I'm currently on page 147, which is around halfway, and it is currently 7:38. So I'm going to try and finish this tonight. I might tandem read, like the audiobook and physically reading at the same time. I don't know what that's called. Is it called immersive reading maybe? I don't know, but I might do that if I need help getting through it. Let's finish this book up and then we will finish up this video. Wait. I just realized I totally didn't even talk about the beautiful arboretum I went to read at yesterday. It was seriously so stunning and so peaceful. It's like one of my new favorite spots now in my town. Like, I am obsessed and I can't wait to go and read there, especially as the cooler months come. Yeah, it was really lovely, and I can tell that my city's put a lot of time and effort into it, which is cool too. So yeah, check out your local arboretum because it could be a great reading spot. Okay, now let's go read. Alright, you know what time it is. I just finished The Geographer's Map to Romance, which is the last book for this video. So I will be quickly recapping all of the books we read together. I'll go ahead and start off with this book. I fear I was a little too harsh on my last update when it came to this book. I was really emphasizing how silly it is, which it is, but maybe a better word would be this is a cozy book. I feel like cozy books tend to have that unserious, there's no way this is happening type vibe, and that definitely happened here. I really want to share this one scene that happened. So If you think that is a spoiler, feel free to jump like 30 seconds ahead. But our two main characters got trapped in this, I think they called it quicksand, but it's essentially just quicksand, but a little worse. And because it is magical, the solution for them getting out of this was to, I think waltz it was, like some type of slow dance. Our two main characters had to waltz together to get out. Like, come on, that is so ridiculous. But it was okay. I don't know, like I said, I gave the last book in this series a 4.5 stars, and this is nowhere near how I felt about that one. I'm thinking maybe a 3.25 stars. I really didn't care for the plot that our two main characters were like going through and the conflict they were trying to solve. I did enjoy some of the descriptive writing that was used for the romance or for like the scenery. I did enjoy some of that, but it kind of just felt like we were getting small conflict after small conflict that just seemed like, I don't know, pointless. Yeah, I kind of have mixed opinions. Maybe I'm going through a reading slump and I didn't even know it, so I was just forcing myself to read this. I don't know. But yeah, I'm thinking 3.5 stars. Then the book I finished before that was The Red Scrolls of Magic. Also earlier I said it was by Cassandra Clare because this is her series, but Wesley Chu also co-wrote this, so wanted to add that. But what's actually funny about this is, on reflecting upon a star rating for this book, it made me realize I actually liked this book more, because in this case I picked this up for the characters and then stayed for the plot. I actually really enjoyed the conflict. I liked the ending. This book didn't have that same gripping conflict that I knew would impact other books. Maybe because, like I told y'all earlier, I think I kind of just read this as a novella, a story in between a bigger story. But for that, it was good. And I am excited for the next book in this series. It is the Eldest Curses book. I don't know about a star rating for this. I'm in between a 3.5 and a 3.75. I know, so annoying. Anyways, the next book I don't even want to talk about, but it is Addicted for now. I didn't even grab Kiss the Sky because I'm really over this. I need some distance between this series and me, despite that I really did enjoy the last, I think I said 25% of this book, which in hindsight isn't that great. Like 25% of a 500-page book, like, let's be for real. So yeah, I'm not gonna be talking about this book, but I feel like I gave a good summary of how I felt earlier in this video. And that concludes this episode 2 of continuing series I'm in the middle of. This was an interesting episode. This isn't really what I had planned for, but I'm not mad about it, especially because 2 of them were from my physical TBR, so that's a win. But that is all. Thank y'all again so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye, guys.